ma mention ase kakra bi mfan free FIFA Club World Cup na menfa transfers ne so ntoaso. Ken, one club so far no so impress me power FIFA Club World Cup no. Akwa Juventus. So far, omo 2 games ni nyina no, omo win ni nyina. Ana omo hye 9 goals, a concede 1. Enti say o check Juventus performance of FIFA Club World Cup na as it stands now. Omo fair badly at all. Mejitu mu say, ye wo teams ni bi wo ho a opponents no meshi omo no, omo mu edu, omo ahoden. Relatively Juventus de no beka say, omo ahoden ni ense de ni sro kase pa. By the ama mani agi Juventus for a performance of FIFA Club World Cup ni nyina no. Kwan omo fa so perform ne ball na ankasa ise se omo bon. Ade ba kwa ma notice wo Juventus 2 games o mabo ni nyina na ye say. Mostly ya na omo ma branch friend say Turam mum drop deep. No na ba be yes oba be the first receiver of the ball. So omo ma Turam drop deep between Conceição and Yildiz. Emu ba akoso so ebeba no so appear inside na etimi a create passes no de be generate dia kwa manim no. So far, omo build up ni omo structure na omo ball on the field of play. Ewo FIFA Club World Cup no. Ama you say Inter Milan bobo Juventus bobo ko no. Kwan omo fa so create chances. Kwan omo fa so control games. Kwan omo fa so win omo matches ne won because of the style of player omo bo so far. And akra na your friend say Yildiz no. Also so far ongu ni ho ani ma asekra. It seems say as a FIFA Club World Cup we no. Taking kra mienu omo ogidi omo pa no omo perform. Yildiz and other gule. And idea ba kwa mono to see about this guy here say possessing good and excellent technique. And idea ba kwa are unique about this boy you say oh shooting from distance. We go no say you know. Until so far our 6 points, Man City 6 points. Last game no and a bet say between Juventus and Manchester City when a bet top group no. And Juventus 2 games na no more ball mo Madrid so say 3-1 against the opponent. Na win na Madrid for nya no. One, na me expect a win for Real Madrid, which omo winning a very good say. Team kese to say Real Madrid dan ka about 2 games to for win and ke be hard again. So Real Madrid they win game no a very important for Real Madrid team no. But Ken, the 2 games are Real Madrid that bono. Raul Asensio pressure wa kran so. The first game a Madrid boy you know, okoye foul ma penalty by. Aye buti a Real Madrid. Enko for criticize no. Nanu iso so okoye wakwa foul yaman red card. Emma Real Madrid ebo numerical disadvantage and card ne bantem pair yi. I hard dream. King. Before the red card, there was a problem. Sanka can't to the Bemamia. Ken on him say the me Alonso born on say or person bo high line. And every successful high line piano. And what's that of forwards no? Put in pressure. So before say Asensio, na okwa foul ni opponent. I mean the record no. Player na no crab ball no. Nanka what's a Vinicius Junior mum ema ne pressure press no. Say opponent mean sending in the long ball. So the first problem me notice you Real Madrid proud to hear Asensio record no. Say obi enu ho na all press the ball carrier. The oma sa long ball no. And say Real Madrid for high line be very successful. Send him ho for na impress ya. The opponent be beat high line. So adia ba ko was Real Madrid for no say omo high line be successful bia na how be press wenim ho. Vinicius entimi anya sa ade no. So am the ball carrier timi nya every opportunity nya comfortable say obetima sending in the long balls. At the time obe send this long ball no. Dinhausen anticipating say long ball ne beba. So Real Madrid for high line no players are no more forming the last line no. Branch friend said Dinhausen. Asensio, Anna Trent, na the last line, the high line. By the time at the house and say long ball neighbor no, on only by the chi, so high line no boy and they are set offside no. Not offside na say. By problem Asensio nya any say Asensio, a man the maka ABT no, running tem ahead of him. Oh yeah slow. And at the time and maka no ABT na or running ahead of him no. Na he so about because at that time Obeka so the last man. Ofa wo ni bia na straight record. And adia me hu say every king Asensio pa no. Ken ye free bi say tactical awareness. Tactical awareness ni say game na ekoso no. Player ni betima take effective decision. Asensio at the time Real Madrid the chiro players ni play prior Militao, David Alaba, na Rodrygo mu prepra no this small boy na be say Real Madrid chiro na performing mimi nkogina ba bia anka say Asensio nya ade na mum physically owo aggression owo onimbo ne bo ba ade aka no ne tactical awareness decisions in kitinkiti bia obetima take during the process of the game no any ade ba ko ha Asensio oya akra oni experience minim say onoma bebru obesua ade be wo so otimi tutu ne oma yi so far me super impressed with Dinhausen. Ken 2 games no boy ni impressive Real Madrid for no was settling very well. Ne positional play understanding excellent. Ne ball carrying ability very good. Otimi breaking lines no eboa Real Madrid so far Dinhausen settle in other gule gradually say pekene confidence no e de aba ade ba kwa me hu ya manage ye no otimi drop deep na obeye situational right back ni say on ball right back no by the other right back in the position now waba be show any kind of situational right back so far other gules so no 2 games no nyoma ekoye de ma Real Madrid boboku na me expect say sa guys we nyina be pick your confidence ha ne ha me say Rodrygo na nke nim say anko setting very well by so far say nyoma nkoye mfa ama no transfers ne kakra ma me sha asem free Arsenal Andre Better Arsenal penny na said the only 2 dwa no one Rodrygo representatives unique football oma shasi edi nkomo omo gusu di nkomo na latest ewom ni yese Andre Better catch Rodrygo representatives say Rodrygo ne be she Arsenal jesia omo highest paid players no omo di Rodrygo koka ho on say enche bia Arsenal be renew Bukayo Saka e contract di amano Aombe move Bukayo Saka from £195,000 a week to £300,000 a week. Yes, Arsenal for a catcher unique football for Omo na representing Rodrygo Real Madrid for player no say. Sa top NS no. Omo Real Madrid for no Arsenal for no mo di Rodrygo beka ho. Currently, Rodrygo edge €240,000 a week. Ewo Real Madrid. O de ba pounds are £206,000 a week. Omo person di Rodrygo ko be 300 honi bi no entoma promise boy ne say so ba Real Madrid top NS no almost £300,000 a week on betimi di aba boy no Real Madrid first stance clear omo say omo nton Rodrygo na mo Rodrygo na be catch omo say Real Madrid for enton dia Madrid for expect 70 to 100 million pounds from Arsenal so Arsenal latest offer say on person Rodrygo ever close to £300,000 a week e wo Arsenal bobo kunim say boy ni really na Oba be ye top NSDB ewo Arsenal boboku no. Hilal ewo Saudi. Na ken latest offer for Victor Osimhen ye. Omo say Victor Osimhen deal no omo nko off. Omani abre. Omo say the latest offer akoma no. Na latest offer no Hilal for the akoma Victor Osimhen no. 4 years. 4 years no. 3 years plus 1. Be ye option. Be ye club option. Na sa 4 years no. The salary €160 million is Canada for Victor Osimhen. So he'll have full latest offer for Victor Osimhen. 4 years near €160 million. Every year biano €40 million. And sana bonus subscriber omo train say Victor Osimhen be accepte and answer omo accepte. O de to just say Darwin Nunez ama Napoli for the green light which no cre. Na reason Darwin Nunez Napoli for green light ni say after the final conversation with Antonio Conte presenting the project and your person next season will league ni on person retain this league no now UEFA Champions League omo target here say enye hwe kura was a quarter final semi final no mutimi dru enti ode omo project any bibia kire Darwin Nunez and oni di nkomo ana o se so bampo kura na ken Lukaku ni Darwin Nunez wo anim ho gidi pa enti Antonio Conte say opeso obo Darwin Nunez ni Lukaku anim ho enti sa 2 players ni wona Napoli alim ho na Di Bruyne twa passes ni de komo mo ana brantie ni agiatum na problem e wo hu nie Napoli for try say Darwin Nunez and continue salary ni so onsa na Lukaku jiska kese pa ansa na join Napoli na Lukaku tinisika no so ema obeje 7.7 million euros a year currently ono na ye highest paid player on Napoli boboku nim enu mpokro te so 7.7 no Darwin Nunez salary will Liverpool the ba euros 8.5 no Napoli 4% ote so waka yes e de a Napoli by Napoli in that win yes kasa say ne salary no onte so kakra Atletico Madrid force so adjoining the race for Emiliano Martinez goalkeeper no Atletico Madrid force omu njaima goalkeeper na Manchester amfa so omu so be hia goalkeeper omu nim say Oblak mo ne guys ni bi wo de by say Emiliano Martinez a latest on the list of Atletico Madrid na Zinchenko de na de tu dwa no problem akene nso so aba ne ye say AC Milan 4% Zinchenko ti ne salary ni so onim say AC Milan nyina no omo highest paid player 6.4 million euros a year Rafael Leao na Zinchenko no ono ne je 7.8 million pounds a year wo Arsenal awo de ba euros na keka ko be 9.1 million euros eno na AC Milan for any boy ni agent kasa say anko ne salary ni so because 9.1 million euros no mo ntimi ntua Eskana Arsenal pay no almost 220 million euros no AC Milan for so betua by the salary no ana akwakoye problem say AC Milan ne Zinchenko kasa na Vlahovic dey na de tu dwa say waka yesa de ache AC Milan no onim say Chelsea for so ni de tawo Chelsea for say omo monitor the situation of Vlahovic omo ne boy ne nkasa ye omo ne Juventus nkasa ye but omo teta hwe say Vlahovic ni move to AC Milan anko ya na Chelsea hwe omo striking problem na last hour on betima boy room so omo pa brand friend say Vlahovic na ken Malo Gusto ne Bayern de no me tete say Chelsea for say Bayern for the 50 bibo on commercials you on say Chelsea turn 30 million euros na Chelsea decided say Bayern to me the 50 million euros ne ba for brand friend say Malo Gusto on be gina nkomenya mfa so 20 million euros na
Bayern be 50
see omo we Bayern
Gusto 50
yes say Chelsea for the AP 50 na what is a Cancelo a returning about Barcelona be one
you Cancelo
yes
obede
the eba ne kire say Christiansen every Barcelona
omo dinu ba shim
omo list na so he left for only pay 15 million from Cancelo and to say Christiansen free Barcelona or list na so
you Cancelo
yes and na wie mu hu ya me yem se me kakra our list so for Barcelona.
And there's what me boba bia.
Yeah, what me boba. We say before say all Saudi ni pokra no. Na enim say Barcelona pa na ope. Ento betima return possibility no wo ho. Ye hwe. Na me de ma no ba be si no. Tio Hernandez de no. Na ye si Tio Hernandez adu konti na Saudi no twetwe ne ho na nyes kasem. Na osuro World Cup. Say okọ Saudi a anhwe ya World Cup ne emfre no. So oni Simone Inzaghi di nkomo no say Saudi home pokra no. Players no mu free Euro buy no mu come national team mu timi bo. Enti uban pokra na wo perform a obetima ko national team akobo ana mo sa ne Real Madrid boy na omutimi boy na boy ne say why convince ana AC Milan de o ma jo musika 30 million euros 5 million add-ons omo twen the final a waka chom say ne bi o ye convince obe join na Sesko ana Gyökeres ye no kin simple the reason why Arsenal choose Gyökeres ahead of Sesko ni na say na Arsenal kwa kotua 70 million pounds in the Akoma Leipzig. No ma you ready so betue scan for Benjamin Sesko no. Na Sesko any ni agent fee o demand no wosoro or more than 10%. And na Sesko so salary na obusa no. Oso opese Arsenal for ne kosoro for ni bi. Kai habet mo. Enti Arsenal for sin omu demands no muntimi.
Oya de chenka the tinti emfa nko.
Arsenal for say Leipzig na wo no je 5.6 million euros.
The common man say
say opesa nko mu ko sa 200 mark no and Arsenal for so share in a range of bare 150,000 pounds a week but also pay 200 ni 250
so mo yi part free rate bill no so nti mo yi ni free so
say part 200 omu free on say no so Zubimendi Mbabeshim
okay
nti say here o ma choose Gyökeres na head of Sesko because of demands
okay and you Gyökeres over Sesko
yeah
right Adolson
Ken made us say Nyamisha.
And that you work as you be a mum. You be a enfant on to us.
Oh,
watch your book, Ramanzion.
Yeah, some more.
Biggy, we are now our interview.
Oh, I asked them more, Ken. I mean, I was she. Senior man, or do quite nothing. And he be a senior, I wish she will be a. Mami nchia ye pa Ken mami enfoma no to Thomas Tay party nkomo no mu kakra I think say e was say ye nyina ye tia say football ɛnyɛ emotional game. The way you think as a supporter is totally different from the way managers and club owners think. Supporters are bent on looking at a net result. We a manager, we a club owner, you look at today and the future. Emotionally, many obiara against Arsenal are not being fair to Thomas Partey.
Yes.
But rationally, Arsenal are taking the right decision.
Samo.
Let me explain to you. You see, the arguments about Arsenal and fair, no, sometimes, first of all, look, until Gabriel Jesus ever Arsenal, not Thomas Partey, Arsenal highest paid player. When they bought him for 50 million euros, they took him from 85,000 pounds to 200,000 pounds. Okay. Say me no say. Obia when ye our Arsenal team no buy Thomas Partey.
What age you saying?
32.
32.
Exactly. Trossard was 30, David Raya was 29, Mourinho was 29. Last year, they know when ye a goalkeeper nam ko fan free bomb of by Neto. We only free one na Jorginho. Say Neto ko Jorginho ko Thomas Partey and a senior man with team in Arsenal want to build a young squad. Young country yen say age na wedi no. E niema mienu. So person to so bo at the highest level just what's in the salary so
yes, next.
Let's not make Arsenal a bad club.
That old team is Ikaswa. Now oti be half more adding.
Ken
say in front of some major 220 250. Utamia what 100.
Asamo no die.
Sane
Ken Kevin De Bruyne we did 33 when Jack Robert 34. She said or 33 to more 32. Also De Bruyne said you see and Asako Krabi. Well, let's be fair. It's not as if say young Arsenal for any mercy. When he's the oldest player in the squad. It is a Thomas Partey so Jessica no original. And yeah, baby for ho.
Obi a cup ball now bomb last season. One of Arsenal's best players. Best player last season. Bar now obo last season. Baby who say and then a monk of phone say
Arsenal and Castle more pamunu
omanye. But say oh yes search say open.
No, Ken. See, these are emotional arguments. Me and maybe me yebi Kevin De Bruyne awkward na me susa gu me yem say boy Kevin De Bruyne airborne. It was better than some of the play, but the reality was that Charlie akwani se kana orge no. Omo ntimi so staying no. Any emotional arguments na no kasa sa no tie eye ni ma mienu. Obi a wedi 32 years ekobia no. Clubs do na no. Either you obeso bo at the highest level what see waketia so. So person wunye sika ye o baby a ye koji sika say Thomas Partey a free agent na kin oko signing the ama club for floor obeji signing on feel. Let's not forget Sebi Jonathan David now one lil as a so ye free agent on them club by club oji obi a proposal unim score so a signing on fee 50 million euros 50 million euros iti and they say Thomas Partey a free na say on them club by club or be the proposal baby a Tommy Beji signing on fee 10 million 50 million euros then Thomas Partey must have your pension say ne Tommy 50 million euros but on account man unim the waiting after football unim the Tommy waiting after football
still I want to say the Arsenal crown you know bit my yabo
obi any problem so if you want to stay at the highest level we should know say obeti wake to so any dey normal into options near mienu potential so mubako say sika na opa obetimi nya sika say ye born person born at the highest level wake to no twi mutan obi abete so de ama no
we don try on Arsenal Ateta meeting no dey besi
Deco much respect Ken me monitor the ekoso of Barcelona and their recruitment they are doing Deco and make it 2 impromptu signings. Barcelona did not budget for it. Barcelona did not plan for it. Barcelona in their books na omunto goalkeeper na enka omu books Barcelona they were meant to go by the goalkeepers na ewo ho no more plan for goalkeeper next season Now, last year, baby, they had Georgie Mamandasvili. And it's a Wangasia. No more stadium. Say, for why? And Mamandasvili signing him for Edema, Liverpool, or Aka one Garcia and Barcelona for Sakwe. We are eyeing him for next season. Any Barcelona for budget him. Only for Andy Barra agents, no, or Manchester, any city for Kasai. Or London, any Arsenal for Kasai. So Arsenal, since in Barcelona, I can't know, bro. No goalkeeper, my eye was Spain one or. So they needed to make a quick decision. It was not in their plans. Their plan was for next season. In the budget, you know, or man budgeted for goalkeeper, but they needed to pay 25 million cash down. Okay. Now, Barcelona power plan was that I was say omope backup for Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. Now, what check Barcelona for any one? The natural wingers ankasa wohono. We Lamine any Rafinha free wine ho. Ferran Torres, they don't see him as a natural winger. Daniomo obofri wa onye natural winger. Natural wingers ni yeminu. Inti plan ne se e was say ye players bi ba. Yen sign back ni yen promote back from our junior team. Akwada no mo ni mugidie. Na ye Noah Davic. Half season and no mu se emfa. Akwada no junior team na omko fa ni free Germany buy no. And yenya Danny Rodriguez wa o she Barcelona nkwada no. One of the finest players Danny Rodriguez. Inti ye be season coach no started say all man a chance. Danny Rodriguez no obo left to sell Lamine Yamal. And against Valladolid ni nsemu ko buye. Wa o she sa game with Danny Rodriguez ni. Inti Rodriguez no nim so be sanso aba back. Yes pre-season on team start. Na say plan no asanso asai. Inti I was say Barcelona quickly. But we don't have budget for it. Okay, then comes in Aquarana Barcelona for no. Ronnie Baji. Me pamucho say football to the beer. Ronnie Baji or Jidin Cratch and Lamine Yamal 2023 Champions League. Aquarano. Copenhagen versus Manchester. Copenhagen gave some ball group stages, you know. Also ball left to sell Lamine Yamal. This boy. No ni ball brutal. Almost man you teams City, Arsenal, Manchester, teams and Kessia for the so open and Okonya ACL. The way Inti say Ronnie Bajini Diba for moi. It was not because no nimbo. Very good player, but ACL and it slowed it down. Yami Aduma December the contract he been away. They proposed to Barcelona. Akurana just 2.5 million. Now 2.5 years sika. Inti Danny Rodriguez position was solves our position with just 2.5 million. Now the bigger position here, right, which is Nico Williams. And Barcelona for a try finding solution. So already they could make it 2 signings here. Then in the book. And as I say, he's working on the Nico Williams deal. The Joao Cancelo deal, you know. Christian said he needs to leave. Coach say game he would want to play Jusconde as a centre back. Then Van der Sen first choice, but a buona Monaco for airborne. That is why Cancelo dia between by 15 the about 15. So Deco will find solution there. Now the Nico Williams conversation again, quite obvious to say. Sometimes diplomacy, Barcelona want to be gentleman, but sometimes we are radical kakra here. The Bilbao for Chirano. Ken, Bilbao show clearly says se boy ne castle be board them buying na. He only buying when be negotiations at se boy no so they am buying. Chains of beton they am basa. Bilbao stance no my and clearly they don't want to sell to Barcelona. But buying when problem in United, this boy wants to go to Barca. Say yes sir. Ka turn am da because I say buy and bar. Negotiations here by Barcelona to Escanako. You see, you look at the stance of Atletico Bilbao. It was Barcelona ya radical kakra. I don't know must start say no. When did you see say Barcelona manager, board of director, sporting director, be ye interview Akobo club for player ding and we interview. What was me that? For the very first time, I'm not deku. It's not sampa. Boy ni nakasa. Boy ni show willingness so bebo. We are working on it. I was seeing it. Hey,
Dominic Kachan is on Quasi and Neman.
Oh, Barcelona de Katashi FM. I told them a year. Share Kitwebi, Rodrygo Guesh. Ken, Adia Mitia name Yanese. se play bi enya de na ne bɔ ne money eba from one near the Koshe Football Club. Rodrygo goes, let's be fair. Season way, we lose so form. And yes, so be penance of Madrid. Brazil national team. Ontimi more than saying. I can give you several examples against Paraguay, Chile, Peru, and Colombia, and Argentina boy crap. Well, also, even at the national team, born on to me more. It is not as if someone or being penance now. Ada Gule at Nasi, not Chile. When this guy was playing, it is a form about form. If you want to be fair to this guy, tell him to back up. No sounds in position. Because Yaman only said the last bet 21 games, why should go back up? Form no form. It's instead of we telling this guy the truth. Oh, and Madrid form penasem and the club for Madrid so nimbo. It is as if Madrid are not giving this boy a chance. They are giving him several chances. Form and they form.
Oh, Kaidebi, Kaidebi dear.
Hey, and then Keho Saloon called that Super Madrid number 9. No, big club, but yeah, you're fine emotions in Koho. Okay, form and they form. Tell truth this to this guy.
I know what we're going to know. Kaidebi, but the idea. Biggy.
Good.
Not the phone kind of. Why? Sana Boti.
Mama Shasha from the Club World Cup. Raul Asensio. Ken Abrantene has to be talked to. Seriously speaking.
Why they?
Red card no could be a number.
Now be question Madrid no quota and why they? Could that only moment question?
Number so.
There's what Jamon.
I know bit me German.
Okay.
It was in the 70th minute. In the 70th minute, game named Drew Babia. Game named Drew Babiano. With his absence, Real Madrid winning game by 3-1. Meboa. 3-1. Into the clearly. Now, yes, side they beat me threatening to Real Madrid, saying, "Come shares our first goal in poor." At that stage of the game. And you were in Kwa. In the first game at Real Madrid boy, or could make a needless penalty in the 18-yard area. And they are avoidable. And a way to swat our Baba Betoso. Coach in Akasa, Zabi Alonso says our red card now, Branty and Cocoye, no. Then he sent Coyes attack, no. But Roman in the Becassa. The NTM makes us a Sakwadani careful and say, so coach take you over a new jobber. Ken, Obia offer a Juma for Phobia pass from Julia Juma. It's war between China Quam. Obama Jumana ya den diamano. War between China Quam. O money to be near Jumana said your person and a baby asiano. Just what you seen China on it to one Jumaso. Sabi Alonso expected so be a good start for Real Madrid. Now Boadia Sumbia Beno and Club World Cup in man is our platform. No. Again, another good start. It is over a problem, dear mana. Obe do away with you. A baby asiano. There are going to be other players of more opportunity and more mabo already. Bernard in house and able for Real Madrid Bobo. Should Rudiger be 100% fit? Now you two central defenders on best started the Real Madrid. You be overlooking player friend say Raul Asensio and two side the same mistakes we can one and now the ebe one ball bono or Real Madrid Bobo him. And there was so many akoda and kasa. Not a son never be brave about the play. No, he's a good player. No doubt about it. But you can't continue like this. Time be with team nibe here ubiano. We only one farmer team no. No mistakes na riba be hat team in there. And ya the beboa. Ryan Sheki also had another good game. Ken. The start in the first game for Manchester City encore as expected. Until there was a lot of backlash and an backward and to say, ye pe players among my baba be Manchester City. Abe Felito Kro, Kevin De Bruyne ejatu onum. Now you decide say ye be sika baba be fawa. This is not the kind of performance I may expect here free ho. But after that first game, he had another opportunity in the second game. Who you go no share any the tonchaya. The performance wasn't bad. Kin game no bemuno. Wambambe Bobebre. He spent around 17 minutes in the game or completing 90% of the passes. Out of 18 passes, no boy, you know, he completed 90% of those passes. Or when he 4 dwells, on the body, and now 2 ball recoveries, he completed 2 dribbles, and was also topping it up with a goal, 27 touches, and it was good for a player. I beboa, I'm gonna settle, no settle very well. Our Manchester City Bobo called him. He only has to continue like this with the performance of the Maya. I will game him. Okay, now Barcelona. So what's Raubi? Now a breast says a so Nebi and the panasha when you are uncle. Nandi Panaya kind enough, no approach you catch or say, oh, Obesram, Miana Mecasa bra. But if you are baby, you do need a misro. ebi anka fa wo niema ne kɔ because ebi kura mpo a na aduane sɛm ho ayɛ din wɔ fie ebi kura na sika sɛm nhyɛ da nkɔ yie etimi hyɛ wo fa wo niema ne kɔ a ken respectfully nipa ne de ani di ama wo ɛsɛ sɛ wo sesa wo niema na wokɔ asɛm a meka yɛ player friend is Andres Christensen Barcelona needed a centre back and ɔmo kɔfa Christensen and didn't free Chelsea and then they buy a very good central defender but Abrante ne ba Barcelona and start na yɛ okay but along the line nneɛma ba bɛyɛ bibia wɔ hɔnom for whatever reasons there have been other players ɔmo ba bɛdi wɔn anim sisi on the pecking order waba form and there's a Barca starting gamer 2 central defenders at Barcelona belusi ɛyɛ Pau Kubasi and Inigo Martinez season na yɛ bɔ wie no players mienu we actually ɔmo bɔ brɛ wɔ Barcelona bɔ ɔbɔ konim to the extent say coach na baba benya gidie wɔ ɔmo mu. One player was surprised you with the performance over the years has been called Pau Kubasi. Already age and then the performance. Oba expectation ko ya kwada on to be mobile na obono. But a lot of the times he's been a savior at the back for Barcelona. Barcelona highline omobo na say tekemua most of the time is that player or pace inti obe make sure say sa clearance no betimi akwa akoye. A young player and the anticipation is so high. Obe drama wo na okita ball no. Almost of the time, so be who be the ball befa no watimi aye that block and after interception e dey ama Barca bobo ko no akoda na penny deuce and was cementing position e wo Barcelona Inigo Martinez nso so ba be that senior figure e wo akire that experienced leader Barcelona be hia Inigo Martinez yes adwuma no enso de ma Barcelona bobo ko no etienne Barca starting game no pe 2 central defenders are these are the 2 Barcelona be fall on o yo mo ni free one mo Eric Garcia clearly coach na chese open no. He's a player, he gives you options. There have been times at Barcelona able game. Now Barca he also be best slotted in the right back position. Ubenya Eric Garcia or Honum as a central defender, no aboa. At the left back position, obetimi akwa jina hona waboa. It was also so cemented in Barcelona bobo ko say on your start ampoa because of options no the ma work ken coach ne pa Abrante no. It oyi 2 central defenders we free on we are. Jordan baba be se honum is Eric Garcia and then Araujo and so you available. It player your friend say Andres Christensen ken on the pecking order of Barcelona central defenders or the be fit. And clearly, so what's na Barcelona unya game ni bi more. At the age of 29, minimum the oppressor over fighting over Barcelona. If they've been charitable enough, no man me too, no man what dim come. Say situation over near you better over free bobo kodim. Now free space for other players, no man so baba be remwa. I was a brand energy tum, no make sure over free basa bobo kodim. Obasu or dog crane das and gambe so no beam. What's one no? Say coach in here, that is different. And I'll be all fighting for position. But coach no one see oh. So what kind of position are you going to fight for? And I was a player to move him. Man in your quadro player. No one decided just because Bosomi saw a bit to an country or better than Barcelona Bobo Kodim and Fan Fasoma. Can get to be on Rodrygo. I feel say Sanani a to my friend is a Roman Madrid more. He has to make a move to Arsenal. Arsenal I already said they are calling if you should be on the Bemano. They are going to make one of the highest earners and number 1. Number 2. There have been a lot of times that Rodrygo are complaining or Roma Madrid Bobo Konim. Say the right position I had the left wing Onyamo because of Vinicius Jr. Can Arsenal Bobo Kono. Asha Branti and Bossa Oba. Sa position normally be mano. Arsenal best winger Aya Saka. He plays on the right wing. The other flank is Martinelli. But Martinelli performance has always been up and down. On your bad player. But that consistent grade A performance free Martinelli. And between Martinelli any player friend say Rodrygo goes. So Rodrygo goes that's the player into the Arsenal team. That left wing position no. Obetimi arrive Abrante na wa the feeling say no na starter. It's these things that Arsenal are promising Abrante no. If you feel say na ninye e wo Madrid bobo ko ni mu a. Mpani 6 corridors so ayantena fa akonya nim guase. Abrante ne nko Arsenal no. Na the preferred position. They be on only feel so oba obey the best. And after you bring the best from Rodrygo, I had the left wing, Uncle Fano Monfamo Arsenal. They are building a project that possibly Omunya top-notch quality players to say Rodrygo Kahwa. I bet Arsenal Bobo Konekin.
Well, any biggie may basis here na mababe traso, but John Gazi.